Welcome to 2003 season, where Manchester United made their comeback, snatching dominance from Arsenal and winning the Premier League, potentially making Arsenal a one-season wonder. It was a season-long slugfest where Chelsea were quietly laying the foundations for the Russian Revolution, and Real Madrid went full FIFA career mode, signing another Galactico. We take time to appreciate the true talent of our nine. Please tell me you know who R9 is. So grab your old fashioned, settle in, and let's dive into the years gone by.
What year are we in?
The year is 2025, and we're talking about 2002, 2003, Mark.
Mark, would you remember about this season, mate?
Not a lot, to be honest. Not a lot sticks out. Is it the season that Liverpool won the League Cup? Gerrard and Owen scoring against United. It's the only thing, if that was actually that year, that I would remember. But if not 2002, 2003, can't really remember too much. I think United won the league back, didn't they, from Arsenal?
Yeah, let's start there. United win the league. Arsenal finished second. 5 points clear. United win the league. So Newcastle came in third. Chelsea fourth. Liverpool got into the UEFA Cup with Blackburn Rovers.
He was still up there. That.
Everton somehow doesn't qualify for.
They finished above them all and didn't qualify.
Well, they finished seventh, 1 point behind Blackburn Rovers, didn't qualify, but Southampton, who was below them. Famously, 3 teams that got relegated in 2000.
Got relegated?
Yeah.
Can you remind me who got relegated the year before?
No, you have to go and check out the last part for that. Relegated the year before.
A Sheffield team?
No. 2 London teams. Oh, no. London team, West Midland team, and Northern team.
It was a year that West Ham went down.
West Ham went down.
There we go.
Birmingham did not go down. Bolton Wanderers was only 2 points clear.
Bolton stayed up.
Villa?
Boom booms.
Sunderland finished bottom.
Sunderland rock bottom, 19 points. Way off the mark.
The other one.
West Ham, Sunderland.
West Brom.
Ooh, they were that's a yo-yo team there.
West Brom and West Sunderland.
This season, big year for Ruud van Nistelrooy, Golden Boot winner. How many goals, Mark? What do you think?
He won the Golden Boot. 26.
Ooh, 25.
25?
Yeah, who's number 2? Fancy, you should know this.
Kevin Phillips.
Yeah, I guess.
David Trezeguet.
That's Trezeguet's twin brother, Thierry Henry, with 24 goals. Number 3, James Beattie with 23.
It's flying that year.
For Southampton still.
For Southampton,
yeah. Southampton.
Where did they finish that?
They're mid-Europe. Yeah,
mid-Europe?
Europa League.
A mid-Europe. Is it they were mid-Europe?
Europa League. Nicholas Anelka was at Man City, I think. Is that his first English club? No.
He was at Liverpool the year before and they've been at Arsenal.
He did like 1 year contract with him, didn't he? Gianfranco Zola scored 14 goals for Chelsea.
Yeah, what a player he was.
I always forget that he played for Chelsea. Like,
that's the only team I ever recognise him playing for.
I just recognise him playing for Italy. Like, I never nail on him playing for Chelsea. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm the other way. I can't even remember him playing for Italy or so.
Yeah.
Maybe because it's no, he's Italian. Because I can't think of anything either, to be honest with you. But, I just don't have a picture of him. I mean, probably it's iconic watching him run down the line with that elephant head logo, whatever Chelsea had then in the 02. But was it a lion? Yeah.
Giraffe.
I think that's what they have. Clip the badge in now.
Elephant head.
Wait,
it's just like a panda. It's just a panda. It's not even the right animal.
Chelsea.
No, but I like him, Gianluca Vialli, Di Matteo, like that Italian core for Chelsea.
Did you play Di Matteo back in the day?
Yeah. Scored in the FA Cup final.
Wasn't it the fastest FA Cup final goal for a long time?
Yeah.
Can't remember who beat it. It might have been the one City United the other year.
Yeah, maybe. I know Sahar.
Bernardo Silva, was it?
Yeah, I know Sahar scored one for Everton against Chelsea. That might have been the quick one as well.
Looking at this logo, lads, I have no business saying elephant. Like, I have no idea how the fuck have I said elephant there. with such confidence about like.
Is it colours as well on the front? A sponsor?
It's one of Fatey's colours.
Or is it bats?
What is it? Chelsea.
Colours are.
Chelsea has Fly Emirates.
There's Fly Emirates there.
Spelled Fly Emirates.
That's what the wiki tells me. This, I think, is actually the breakout year for Nike 02 for Arsenal. Like, I think that's the iconic picture I have for Henry always.
Yeah, in the O2 shirt.
Yeah. This is
Red body, white sleeves, O2 right in the middle.
Yeah. That's when he has like his vapors running down the wing.
Was it the season he
Baltimore.
scored that goal against United, or did we already talk about it? Was that the season before?
I think that was the year before.
I forgot about that. Baltimore Wanderers have the Reebok, sponsored by Reebok. That year. I'm trying to see what else we have here. That's good. Nike Strongbow still. Liverpool, Reebok, Carlsberg. United had the Nike Vodafone. Tottenham Hotspur had the Kappa Thompson one, the Fly Thompson.
Yeah, that was good.
That was a nice one. That
red Thompson across the front.
Yeah. I missed like all decent kits.
Yeah, kits are shit. To be fair, United's kits this year were pretty good. The white one at least.
Actually. Oh, talk about Nike kits. I think, well, maybe not, Mark. I don't know about you, Feinty, but I think a lot of people have these. But my oldest's birthday last week, so Mum always sends a parcel over, right? The present stuff, and she's in a midst of just clearing out all my old stuff. Like, she finds anything that belongs to Jason from 2002 in a box, sends it to me, right? And the box we just got now had like down near 100, 150 pictures of me or whatever. I'm just texting Mom, like, you try to forget about me? Like, you just send me every single picture you have of me.
Year by year.
And just dumping him. I was like, do you have any pictures left of me in the house? Anyway, in the midst of this, I find one of me wearing a cream Liverpool shirt, the Carlsberg one, when the badge was a big like oval one, and it was cut to the neck. Lovely shirt, like champagne yellow, and then or cream, and then the next picture underneath it is me in a United kit.
Oh my. Jason.
Send me them so we can slide them in here.
Jason.
I will.
Put those in side by side there.
I am a babby in the United kit, but
here's a new feature. Watch Jason's mum sent for the 2003, 2004.
She's answered them every week. You get a new package.
Mate, listen, if you want to make it a segment, I will. She sent a picture over of me when the Dribble Cisse was rocking at Liverpool, me with bleach blonde hair.
You had bleach blonde hair? Slide that in it.
Bleach blonde hair.
Yeah, so there's a few. In there. Brilliant. So yeah, I thought that'd be funny. I thought you guys might appreciate that. All right. So this is United's comeback for Yates. Lost the league to Liverpool, come back. Redemption of Fergie. Where do you want to start with this?
Yeah, we didn't have a great start to the year either. And Arsenal were like 30 games unbeaten. They were 8 points clear in March and lost the league by 5 points. Absolute downfall.
I'm reading here because I can give two shits to United. But the Fergie turnaround, the bounce back, especially after losing the year before. What do you think of the biggest differences? This one says Ferdinand's big signing.
Yeah, that was pretty big because we'd lost Stanley the year before, so we kind of spoke about it with brought in Laurent Blanc, and he was okay. He wasn't great, and Rio was flying at Leeds, and then we signed him, and he stepped right in, basically.
Would you say that Ferdinand is like a step in or like a natural transition from Jaap Stam? The significant difference?
No, it's different. He was the first of his kind that I saw as a United defender. But you grabbed an onion then. Mike got an old fashioned. Is he on one?
First one of the season, delivered in style by Mackenzie.
I bet you that's cat piss.
By McKenna.
He's $1 dime. That's a cat piss, right?
Is that you've just seen what we did to Maggie before?
Or she will.
No, she's just getting involved.
Yeah, so it was the first type of defender I've seen like that at United. Like, I can remember Pallister and Bruce, two bruisers, absolute bruisers. Could play a bit, and they were good footballers, but they weren't anywhere near the level of Rio. Like, his body feints and just being able to bring the ball out the back, and he transformed the way that we played from the back a little bit.
Not just United then, was he the first type of centre back to do that in general?
Maybe in the league.
Okay, in the Prem,
I can't. Yeah, I
The
can't.
Prem.
like you can look at like I mean, obviously we never watched him play, but like someone like Beckenbauer always gets talked about like that. But was Rio the first one in the Premier League to be a ball playing centre back? Like I don't know. I don't know any
You look,
others
you
who are
look at.
like that.
I mean, you look at Keown and you look at Adams. They were brutes. Like Hippier, Carragher was playing more fullback then, weren't he?
Yeah.
He was right-sided centre back, playing right back, not like a right back.
But they weren't like
Yeah, they weren't ball players. You're right.
footballers at centre back.
I was going to say, now I think we see a lot of football players who can play the back. When I played centre back, I always remember to be a bruiser. Nobody ever told me to play football at the back.
You were discouraged from playing football, probably. Just
Yeah, right.
win the ball in the air, win challenges, give it to the people who could play football.
No mistakes, get it gone. I always wanted to be like a Rio Ferdinand and be a little bit more flamboyant on the ball and be brave. Fate took us to you because I think there's a huge change in the culture of coaching, really, and we get more football players now. But I have one centre back for me that plays for me, and she's just got great feet. But my pants just I shit them every time she does a cross turn or something to get out away from a striker, and I'm just thinking like, if you're messing up here, we're in trouble. But this is probably the new age of football players, isn't it? Especially centre backs.
Yeah, I mean the game continues to evolve, and there's always new trends and flavors of the month, and a lot of as you said, times have changed in the sense that centre backs are now being expected to be confident on the ball and build out from the back, and gone with the days where you're a defender, your job's to defend, win your duels, be good in the air, and just get the balls marked, so get the ball forward to the guys that are going to create and score goals. I can't remember a single practice growing up where we even remotely considered anything tactical about trying to play out or anything like that. We had one session a week for an hour growing up, and
Do a few laps and then play.
yeah, put a few laps.
That's
You do
exactly it.
you do some 30 minutes of technical or 20 minutes of technical or something, or like some sort of, I don't know, I can't even remember some sort of game, and then you just literally play 30 minutes of footy to finish, and 1 hour a week.
I mean, to your point now, like, again, I've never been coached to do this, but I was screaming at my centre half the other day to either stand on the ball and attract the space so we can play behind it with a triangle, right? Or to drive into the midfield, get a bite, create the space, and offload to the outside back. And I was like, I've never been told that as a centre.
Right. Scary, isn't it, to play like that? But I mean, as long as you do it the right way, you're confident. You got to encourage that confidence because that's the way you're gonna get results further up the field.
Yeah, but I just thinking about it now as Frank was talking, like, that's mental. Like,
Yeah,
I wonder if I sat down with one of my coaches now and said, "Oh yeah, this is how I coach with centre halves," they'll be like, "What are you doing?"
I think like I was just gonna say, I think like we talk about Rio. I think maybe I mean, you've got the Italian players like Maldini, like who were ball players. I mentioned Beckenbauer, but like Rio in the Prem probably helped to change the game.
Oh, well, so that's what I ask you actually, and you, Mark, you'll go back to you for this. Is like, he was different muster to everybody else because he played that way, but the coaching isn't there to have those kind of players. If Rio came up now, he'd be one of plenty, right? John Stones does it, and there's a few others. But back then, like, where's he getting this from? Because assuming, is it from West Ham, is it from Leeds? I don't know, but assuming everybody's coaching centre halves to put it 60 feet in the air and defend with your body.
I mean, I don't know Rio's history, and someone will be able to like look back at it, but I guarantee he played as like a winger or a forward, when he was a kid, like growing up, and like developed that skill set. And then he obviously had the attributes in terms of the height and the speed and the defensive ability to play as a centre back. And then like if you're a manager, if you're a coach, and you see Rio and that ability that he has, then you're going to be stupid not to try and use that in some type of way. And obviously that was what Fergie did. Like he recognized it and gave him, I guess, like the freedom to do.
I think it's funny sometimes how like the different type of players you have in your squad kind of, dictates you to how you're going to play next. You see that strength advantage, and you make that happen, and that kind of moves on quickly to Van Nistelrooy, 44 goals in the season. Yates, you remember anything big, different that United did to exploit Van Nistelrooy, or is it already in place and he's just that clinical, that good?
I think he was. I think he scored 20 odd goals that first season he was in. I know he hit. I think he hit 20 goals in his last 24, and I think he like I said, finished on 25 league goals. Like, he didn't score that many in the league for however many games, and then 20 goals in his final 24 games. Might have been fully games, like all the way through, but yeah, he was a ruthless man. He's the best. He was my favorite. Like watching him growing up, just he was so clinical. Every time he's in the box, you think, "Oh, he's a goalless."
He play alongside.
Was it 2002 he scored that goal against Fulham?
Yeah.
Picks up at halfway. Off. It's the
Van
only.
Nistelrooy thing.
I think it's the only goal he scored outside the area, if memory serves me right.
Yeah, he has a stupid stat. Everything's like inside the penalty spot, like around the penalty spot into the six.
Who he would have been playing with Fame, maybe Forlan at that time, or like obviously he was like a bit part player, but
Andy Cole was still there, but we sold him halfway through the year, maybe. We sold Dwight York, he went. Forlan was in, and then it was
Shaw is still there.
Solskjaer was still there. It might have just been Solskjaer and Forlan, to be fair.
So, Yates kind of touched on it really about Arsenal starting strong, real strong, throwing away at the end. Had 8-point lead in March, and also did. How they started the season, though, was that the blueprint? If they could sustain it for what we saw as the Invincibles coming in the future. Anyone? I was saying that the start that Arsenal had, they fell off, obviously, but was it the blueprint, the start of their invincible run they had eventually?
You got to kind of attribute it to that.
I was gonna get.
It's gone again.
Again. Oh, he's completely gone. We've lost him. Earthquake in Ambridge.
You're too far away. I'm pretty close to him.
I'm just looking at the team of the year here, Jace.
Oh, yeah.
And there's 5 Arsenal players in that team of the year.
I didn't go through too many of this.
So I'd probably say, Vieira, Omri, Pires, Cole, Campbell. Big players and key players for that invincible run.
I think like even, from the season before, I think it's just a case of every team's gonna have a dip, a bad period every now and then, and Arsenal being that far clear. United, they were obviously such top quality as well that when the dip happened in that season, I don't remember it just going off like the game results and stuff, but when that dip happened, United were right there ready to capitalize, and they were probably hungry as fuck to want to.
They lost 5 of the last 9.
Arsenal did. 5 of the last 9 games is mad, to be fair. Liverpool do that.
Bolton beat them, and I think Blackburn beat them. That might have been earlier in the season. Highbury. And then I think it was Leeds. I think they lost 4-1 or 2 to Leeds at Highbury. Mark Vinuka scored 2 or 3, and then Leeds wearing that blue kit they had. But yeah,
how many points did United win it by?
5 points.
So that's an absolute capitulation. That's almost like Liverpool now losing the league from this position.
Imagine and Forest go winning.
They did lose 3-2 to Leeds, and
Vinuka's got the winner, I think it was.
8, 9, 10, I mean, they're a solid run long.
Yeah, they were 30 games unbeaten.
And they have a 12-game run here unbeaten. They had Liverpool in there, Tottenham in there, West Ham in there.
Who were 30 games unbeaten?
That's the thing in that season. They had a 30-game run unbeaten.
In all competitions, I'm guessing.
In all competitions, I think, yeah.
Oh my God.
That's all competitions those are in the league.
They only lost 1 more than United.
They beat United at Old Trafford in the FA
Is
Cup.
it the pizza game?
No, that was the Beckham game.
So that was this season, though.
Yeah, we'll come back to it. Don't worry. The Fainsy, you brought up the team of the year. Brad Friedel in goal, Ashley Cole left back, William Gallas, Shaw Campbell, and Stephen Carr. Like a legend of the game for Newcastle, at least. I didn't know actually he was at Tottenham first. Perez, Patrick Vieira, Paul Scholes, Thierry, Alan Shearer, and the last person I want to pick on really and have a focus is Kieran Dyer.
Kieran Dyer for Newcastle.
I remember Kieran Dyer mostly for Newcastle.
I remember him and Lee Bowyer getting into a scrap.
Yeah. City of Stars. I would never think Kieran Dyer would ever make a team of the year.
No,
Two Newcastle players.
He was really fucking good. 2 years, really fucking good. He was probably, might be a bit of a shout this, but it was like when Bellingham first hit the scene. And you think, fucking hell, who's this kid? 2 years, maybe 3, and then I think injuries set him back a bit. Well, Kieran Dyer was a fucking player. It's an absolute travesty that Van Nistelrooy didn't get into that team of the year, by the way.
Yeah, how can you be top scorer and not get in the fucking team of the year?
You're getting in ahead of Henry and Shearer.
Goal of the season, probably.
Won the league, PFA Player of the Year, and he still doesn't make it into the fucking team of the season.
I'm getting the goal of the season up now. We can have a look at it. But
Oh, yeah, I know this goal.
There he is.
Look at that power. I know what goal of the season. What are you talking about, to be fair?
Yeah, no, but he actually took on like 5 players.
Yeah, I mean, that was just Henry, like, powerfully going.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that got goal of the season.
Just ran
that was like the Langer the other night against United.
Yeah.
You saw, I seen a video of, I don't know if I put it in the group chat, Henry's goals. And like when you were saying then, when you watched the video, Mark, of his power and his strength, like pushing through and driving through, mate, he was unbelievable when he got going. Like on that half dribble, pushing bodies away. And he wasn't like big and solid. You know, he was in proportion, but he was skinny. Like he wasn't like, do you know what I mean?
Look at that stride length with his speed and just his ability on the ball.
Elegant.
Unstoppable.
That's what we said on the other day about him. He's so elegant. Like, what a player. What a player. Reminds me of younger me, but.
A centre back.
Hey, it didn't start as a centre back, lad. Don't start bringing negativity. Actually, a great story why I ended up at centre back. There's a picture of me playing a team. I can't remember if it's a team from Jersey, a team from Canada, and they were doing a tour of the UK. And there's a clear picture of the goalkeeper front post, the centre half on the 6. My winger split the ball between both of them. The ball is now behind both players. I'm on the 6, hitting a ball into an open net. Looks like I scored it. I know for a fact I have not. And I don't tell people, except for everybody who's posed on this podcast.
Clip it.
But I got the picture. I'll send you the picture as well. Clips are fucking get it from. But mate, it's so bad, and that's why I became a defender eventually. All right. So next chit chat is about Chelsea, and I say with a very strong the quiet start of the Chelsea dominance. What do you think?
Yeah, maybe they they beat Liverpool last game of the season to get in the Champions League, right?
I'm checking.
2-1, something like that, and then Abramovich bought them. So who knows
if season after?
Yeah, who knows
if went out 3 or 4.
If they didn't get the Champions League, does he buy them? You know,
what a massive result.
Yeah, it's a sliding door moment, as we say.
Would love to know what the investment cost of that goal is, the winning goal against Liverpool. Like if you think about the money that Abramovich pours in the next 20 years.
They were always tipped to be like decent from 2000 onwards. Chelsea were always tipped to be in and around it, but never there. It was everyone's like favourite to get into the Champions League spots.
Yeah, I used to like Chelsea before the next couple of seasons. I used to like them kind of like probably like how I feel about Villa now or something like that. You know, I used to like have a little bit of a soft spot for them, and then obviously when they get the money and they start doing well, then it is. Yeah,
I think that's why I like Tottenham. They're just there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I like Tottenham. I don't know, there's something about them.
They're not going to win, so it's fine.
I think they will.
Names that jump out is Marcel Desailly in the squad this year. Frank Lampard is in the squad. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, Bodrin Zenden is there. William Gallas, Graham Lasso, Mel Petit, trying to think.
Forgot Petit went from Arsenal to Chelsea.
Was Flo there, or is it
John Terry.
Sorry, Andrew Flo.
Did you say Polo Zender?
Polo Zender? Yeah.
He was
Dan Corsa there.
But he got around, didn't
Did we sign him from Chelsea?
he? Yeah, didn't Liverpool sign?
He's in our team. Did he score a penalty? I think, but he played in that game in the one we beat him in the semi-final of the Champions League in 2007. I know he was at Middlesbrough as well. I don't know if that was before or after.
It's before.
Oh, you think it was before?
So I'm thinking he was at Melbourne before.
Listen, time out. If I'm just going through the website, getting information as we go along, right? And like the information age is phenomenal. Can you imagine if we did this like 15 years ago with fucking dial-up? We're clicking on
The memories.
page, it's just loading.
Everyone have a book. You'd have a fucking book. In this article.
All right.
Don't know how we get on in the first place.
Sorry, Ken's on the phone. I gotta wait to dial up. Baron Zenden started PSV, went to Barcelona, signed for Chelsea in 2001, went on loan to Middlesbrough in 2003. 2004, signed for Middlesbrough permanently. 05 to Liverpool, 07 to Marseille, and then back to the north of England in Sunderland in 09.
Got around.
Did you know in 2012, 2013, he was Chelsea's assistant manager?
Zenden was.
Who was that under our program?
12, 13, I think it was, yeah.
I didn't either.
All right, back to the script. All right, Leeds meltdown. They suck. I'm over him. Time not yet to talk about Leeds. I'm just skipping Leeds. All in favour, say aye. Aye. All right.
What?
Real Madrid. Listen, this actually hurts my heart if this is correct, actually. We're going to do a quick Google search. The Ronaldo goes to Real Madrid. Let's start with that. 2002, the Ronaldo goes to Real Madrid.
You know what? I think the best performance I've ever seen anyone have was Ronaldo against United at Old Trafford. I was obviously still kind of young, but I do remember watching it, getting to stay up on a school night and watch it, and just remember him scoring that hat trick and just being like, he was already my favorite player anyway. Yeah, but he was already my favorite player anyway, and then he goes and does that against United.
That black kit is iconic as well.
Outreal.
Outreal.
Yeah, it's not the unreal, but the outreal. We'll get this one in. But 30 million to Real Madrid. Is he already broken on this point?
No, but that hat trick against United. But he was a broken player ever since that 1998 World Cup final. We talked about it last time or whatever. Like, I had 3 years out and then didn't really play until 2002 when he came back, and it's just like, imagine what could have been.
Yeah. If I think that's what hurts with the conversation. I know, easily the last 10 years it's Cristiano Ronaldo versus Messi, right? And, we talk about Pele from back in the day, and there's probably a few other people in there in terms of Cruyff and what have you. I honestly believe, pound for pound, if he didn't get his injuries, nobody's better than Ronaldo. I'll die on that hill. Like, this Ronaldo is, like, phenomenal. The fact right now, especially, nothing pisses me off more than the conversation of Ronaldo is always Cristiano, when, like, this guy was something else, like, special. Listen.
How do you compare it to Thierry Henry?
That's Henry.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what are your views on him thinking? Because obviously you're a little bit younger than us.
I can't really remember him by all.
It's all stories.
It wasn't when you were.
So it's the only link I have to it. I don't think I've ever, I've watched him play live or anything like that. The only thing I remember him on is fucking FIFA Street.
Oh my God, that hurts my heart so much.
You know what I mean?
And he's not even that much younger than us. So think about kids we've coached, kids growing up now. They didn't even
Ronaldo
know.
in 2002 World Cup for Brazil. That Brazil team was phenomenal, by the way. But that Ronaldo in the 2002 World Cup in Japan, lights out. Just an A.
When was it? When did he have the dodgy bonnet at the front?
Oh, mate, whenever he wants. He's Ronaldo.
I mean, I don't have enough hair at the front now, but I'd still love to get that now. Mate, but just so good. 3 weeks or a strong wind.
Fainty, this is for your educational purposes, because
this guy, oh my God.
It's almost like sad, like watching it, like what could have actually been. Like I think maybe Bartes could do better. His
Yeah, he should.
positioning isn't.
Rio's rapid, and look how much he just dusted past him.
Gets a second. Jaggy,
Can let
Stephen
Madden win.
Bannerman, the scouser. Oh, mate, that must have been so good for him that night at Trafford.
I think all good. That is giving credit there.
It's Brown and Nicky Butt. He can hit him, can't he?
He can hit. He can run.
It's clinical. You saying he's
So
better than
good.
Yeah,
Messi?
just so special. I mean, no, because Messi can. I don't know. I mean, I always have like a special place in my because it was like growing up, and he was the first player who kind of like fell in love with like the likes of him, Roberto Carlos, Rivaldo, that Brazilian team. Could he do what Messi could do with the ball? Probably not, but just what a player, what a finisher.
Yeah.
Messi, I mean, he was a big lad too, so Messi can't do stuff he does. Like, he could pin centre halves, he can turn them. Like,
Watching Ronaldo was unbelievable. It really was. Like, I'm on the same hill as you, Jace. Me and you will die together up there. If he didn't get his injuries, he'd have been the best player in the world ever.
this is more credit to Beckham than it is to Ronaldo, but there's one goal for Real Madrid. Beckham's whipped it from like 35-yard cross, and it's like almost on the 6, maybe a little bit higher, between the penalty spot. And Ronaldo seems to break his stride, and he's puts it in. I just watched it now, actually, on a mini clip. Just a phenomenal goal, like, and he's just so good. Like, I can't even believe.
I'm like, yeah, if you have a kid and you like, what would you want your child? Who would you want your child to play like? Who would you want your
Really? Yeah. I don't think you understand, mate. Like, Messi. 100%.
Take Steven Gerrard, but
I mean, yeah, that's a good shout. But you got to think though, like there was no Messi type player back then. Like no one was in that echelon of Messi. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I think it probably is the best player ever to play football. But when I was growing up and watching football, like R9 was the pinnacle. He was the pinnacle. Like you played fucking Wembley singles and you pretend to be R9. Brazilian. He was so good. So
remember
good.
watching? Do you ever used to watch on Channel 4? They did the Italian football on a Sunday. Like shit, I remember watching him in the highlights and likes of him.
Batistuta.
Well, thanks. If you think about it this way, mate, let's just take Dan for example. This guy is from Brazil, plays in Italy or Spain, never played in England, and yet he's like, this is it. Like, this is the person. Like, just different gravy. Like,
Where did he start? PSV.
PSV. Yeah, I think he came over in Europe. Yeah, he was something else, man. He really, really was.
He was special. Debut season, 23 Liga goals, Champions League. He could run like Henry, box off like, I don't know.
He was quick.
Oh, he was rapid. Lost a step of his knee injury, but he was there. I think Ronaldo's signing was the eclipse, the final.
He should have put up.
Yeah, for them to become the Galacticos that they became. And because before then we had Dan and Figo running the show, and I think they had Raul and
Beckham signed at the end of this season as well.
Well, I think Beckham made the
not about addition to add.
Yeah, he was a showbiz element to it.
Beckham, Figo, Zidane,
Roberto Carlos.
It
was Iker Casillas, I think. Was it Iker Casillas?
It was young, but he was there.
Yeah, mate, it was special, that team.
Signing Beckham would have been like when PSG had all those superstars, Messi and Neymar, all of them, and then signing Cristiano Ronaldo just because they had all these worldies, and then just having that.
Comes a point where you can't fit them all in. It comes a point where you can't fit them all in. Was it he played the same position as Figo?
They played like a 4-4-2 diamond. Figo's outside.
Oh, did they?
Diamond.
No, that was a big thing with like Beckham and Figo both playing as right midfielders.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't. I'm pretty sure he says it in his doc-up that after his first decent season, he gets shunned out. And then Figo, I think, eventually leaves, which kind of gives them the hole to come back in, really get things done. But yeah,
you know what? I was going to say it's mad because that team didn't really win that much in Europe compared to what they have, the past 10 years. Like
Yeah,
that
with that
team,
team too.
is that an argument for you can't just buy all the best players in the world and expect it to be like a super team? Because obviously they were, and the nostalgia, like they were such a good team to talk about now, and so many absolute class players, but they weren't as dominant in Europe as the Real Madrid team of late has been.
I think that's been telling with the PSG experiment. Man City and buying everybody, but they're not the biggest players in the world always when they sign for Man City. So I think that's how he's got it to work there. But like, we have too many egos.
PSG, such a better team when they played against Liverpool. That yeah, like as a team, well better.
Well, I mean, Luis Enrique is a great coach. He is a phenomenal coach. Got rid of all the bad eggs, and now he's reaping the rewards.
That Brazil team that went off to World Cup 2002. Cafu, Lucio, Roque Jr., Edmondson, Roberto Carlos, Gilberto Silva. I don't think he'd gone to Arsenal. No, he's still in Brazil playing. Ronaldo, Rivaldo, Ronaldinho, Dida, Cleberson, Junior's there. Danielson is there.
And I don't even want to go back into it, but England could have beat them if it wasn't for fucking David Seaman getting lobbed from.
Oh, with that lob.
Yeah.
Still win, mate. But look, like the first game, 2-1 against Turkey. Batter China 4-0. Batter Costa Rica 5-2. 2-0 against Belgium. 2-1 against England. Oh, that's the only time there were the blue kits actually in this tournament.
It's been 2-1 because Owen scored. We're going back a season though.
Yeah, we are, but we're just loving this team. Just chill out. 1-0 against Turkey again, knockout stage. Just beat Germany, which was the biggest one, I think, for them to win this. This World Cup 2-0 in the final.
Yeah, they were good, man. They were fucking special.
We're on a tangent here, but I don't give a shit. Torsten Frings, Haman's in here, but Miroslav Klose, what a striker. Oliver Kahn goal, absolute psycho, but Miroslav Klose is something different too.
But damn, isn't it? Like, didn't ever really. I mean, obviously he scored goals and that, but like at club level, like he was never really a big name or anything. But every World Cup he'd pop up and top world.
The boot.
Yeah.
That's
There's,
what a great World Cup that was.
Can we bring it back to the Prem for a little bit? I got a couple of points. 2002, 2003 was the emergence of Wayne Rooney.
Goal against Arsenal.
He scored that. That was the goal that stopped Arsenal's 30-game unbeaten run.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is some way to do it.
Yeah. I think everyone knows the commentary. Remember the name Wayne Rooney.
See him again. No shite.
And then he as soon as he came to United, he became my favourite player and still is to this day. Wayne Rooney was like my favourite United player. And then one of the best, funniest moments in that year was Aston Villa versus Birmingham. The goal. Your Enkelman in net. The Aston Villa have a throw inside their own half. Throw it back to the keeper. Get it up there. Throw it back to the keeper. It's a Midlands derby. Birmingham haven't beaten Villa for I don't know how many years. The ball goes from the right back, throwing it in to the keeper, goes underneath his foot, straight into the net.
He's looking confused. Fainty, you got to see it.
You must have seen this.
I have no idea what you're on about.
You will have seen it.
Is the best.
And then he was trying to complain on it. He was like, it didn't hit my foot. It didn't hit my foot.
What, if that was okay?
Yeah, because it apparently if it had just gone straight in, it would have been
a
corner or whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
But they said it hit the bottom of his foot.
The bottom of his foot, and it went as a goal. Birmingham beat him 3-0.
That was this season.
It actually is.
Villa Birmingham 2003.
Just type in Peter Enkelman. That would.
Can't have that many highlights of Pete. That's gonna be
It's got to be the most bizarre own goal in the Premier League. It has to be.
Yeah, ready, boys.
It's fucking brilliant.
Melberg. I love
Melberg.
Great centre half, by the way.
That's throwing as well. Watch this.
It's giant.
Oh, Enkelman's let it through.
He's having an absolute howler.
I don't know if it ever touched his foot. To be fair.
I know, you're right.
No, they don't look like it.
No VAR in those days.
Well, he's fired it into him, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Unnecessarily. Deal with this one, lad.
Don't know why he tried to trap it dead hard like that. Was fun.
It's just
Pit dickhead.
So yeah, those are my two moments from that. Like remembering really the emergence of him, and then that was the most bizarre own goal I've ever seen.
imagine being 16, not even doing GCSEs and banging one of them like fucking wazza.
Well, let's make one thing clear. Wayne Rooney never did a GCSE test. No.
To this day.
Same feeling yesterday. I think Wayne Rooney. Mark, how do you feel about Wayne Rooney?
Changed over the years. I'll say that. Looking back at him now, there's just so much respect for, like, to come through. Obviously a lad from Liverpool. The way he talks, even now as a coach, like he's obviously struggled a little bit, but he still like unequivocally backs himself, and that's what got him to where he was. He knew he was going to be successful. I remember when he signed for United and his very first game, I was kind of hoping he would tank, and he goes and fucking, I'm sure we'll talk about it, but bags a hat trick against Fenerbahce, like Champions League as a 17-year-old.
He had to cut his shirt because it was suffocating around the neck, and his neck was that big. Like, because he was just a fucking tank.
Unreal. And what he did for England.
Not an ounce of athleticism in him. He was just like a phenomenal football player.
He was like, he gave all the Council Estate lads hope. You know what I mean? Like, Wayne Rooney's from a Council Estate in Liverpool, and he doesn't give a fuck. He's playing football like we do on the streets. Obviously, way better. If he could do it, everyone can. You know what I mean? Like he was that kind of transformative. Everyone else,
especially when he was older, like towards 2010 era. I just love him. Like I just obviously I'd hate him for playing being a United player, but like what a football player, and he was just so raw. Like one of his favorite goals for me is the Newcastle goal. When he's absolutely just chewing out the referee and the ball coming, he's like, fuck off. Like, I don't even want to play football anymore. Just pissed off, banged the ball, and it's gone over. He's like, a worldly goal. And he's like, I don't give a fuck about the goal. I'm just so mad right now. Like,
yeah, is he the same age as you?
I'm not
be
sure.
Close, isn't he?
I think he might be a touch older.
In careers now, yeah. Fainting, what happened to you, man?
Well, I was just thinking in terms of
when I was 16.
What year are we talking about? 2002, 2003. So I was 12. So he's a few years older than me.
Yeah, he's older than me. I was
87.
I was 88. So
and he was what?
85, probably.
Was he?
No, because he was
16.
When he was 16 in 2002. I was in fucking year 8.
No, because I was in year 7, 2002.
Oh yeah, you would have been 85, 86.
That's when I started school, to be fair, 2002.
I started school. I started year 9. Then I would have been
85.
I started in 2000. Yeah, Rooney's 85. I started high school in 2000.
85. He likes women that are 85.
He's 39 years old.
I started high school in 2000, and he was scoring against Arsenal in 2002, 2003.
He goes by the name of.
Anyone remember Wayne Rooney Street Striker?
Oh, I was going to say, yeah, I forgot about yeah.
You know, I remember from that. I remember one of the challenges with someone went up about fucking 20 flights of a block of flats, throw a ball down it. What is it, Sky One?
Flying 30 miles an hour. How did you first touch me? When you were talking about earlier about Luke Littler, like not just having no media presence, basically, like Wayne Rooney on that, or was it Sky One or whatever it was?
Yeah, he didn't have. He was like, yeah.
He was like, I don't want to be here. Yeah. That's well funny that.
That's Wayne Rooney Street Striker.
We don't have. Well, the key to you, Mark, actually, because of your insults to Ireland. Couple episodes.
Okay. Not again.
Did you see the recent interview? I think he was on the overlap or something when Wayne was saying that he almost got called up for Ireland. And if he would have got a full call up, he would have gone and played for them instead of England. But they asked him to play U21s, and he said, fuck off. And then England called him up to the first team.
Yeah, his rise to fame, to quality was that quick. I don't think that was ever going to happen, was it? Like with Ireland. Like, it wasn't like he was someone who...
He said they both called him up for Youth International. And when Ireland called him, he's like, yeah, I'll come play for Ireland. And they were like, all right, you're going to play the U19s or whatever. He's like, fuck off. Like, if I'm playing Ireland, I'll play the first team. I'll play right now. I'll commit. But, like, they gave him, like, the youth role, and he was like, Then England offered him full
Interesting.
week international. All right, play the jingle.
Filter features corner where the game's on. Guess the old lineup, let's get it on. From the pitch to the stars who played that day. Test your memory in a fun way.
Oh.
Just corner.
Ran it. What have we got today?
We have a game from 2021.
It's recent.
Were the fans in the building?
I'm not sure.
Gonna need that information.
Yes, there was. There was 41,907 people at this game.
Yes,
And the referee
fans
was
were back.
Martin Atkinson.
Live, or were they there?
They were live. The game is between Aston Villa and Chelsea. The score was 3-1 to Chelsea. And Martin Atkinson was the referee. So Villa played a 4-3-1-2, 4-3-3. Can you name the starting lineup?
Is it Peter Enkelman and go?
It wasn't. In 2021.
Yeah. Got sacked the next day after that, didn't he?
I got Guzman in mind. That's not him.
What's his face?
Whack.
Martinez.
Yeah, Martinez in goal.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Back four.
Matty
yeah.
Cash.
Yes.
Great show.
Tyrone
Ashley Young.
Mings.
Yep.
Yeah, for who?
Yeah, Tyrone Mings and Matty Cash.
Ashley Young.
No. You know Matty Cash is Polish.
Yeah, he plays for them, doesn't he?
I don't even know who played for Villa.
What's it? No, it's not. What are you looking for? Centre back and a left back.
Who's
Who did
who's
Digne
a,
come
who's
in
a
for?
left back they got from Everton?
Digne, but I don't think
No.
they got him yet.
No. Not yet. These both these lads are English.
Oh, what's his fucking face?
Nicky Richards.
Did we say Conter?
Nah, it's before.
Contes. Yeah.
Conte's a centre back.
Wesley Conter.
This
English left back.
This slide still plays in the Premier League. Was at Southampton for 6 seasons. Went on loan.
Bertrand.
No. Then went back to Southampton. Then was at Villa for 3 years. Newcastle on loan for 2. Back to Villa and Newcastle for 4.
Oh my god.
Made 163 Premier League appearances.
I gotta get this. Newcastle and Villa, left back.
Liked it like fuck you.
And the answer? Matt Target.
Bollocks.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have got that.
Okay, basically the 4 in midfield, flat 3 and then more of a 10.
10 is it Jack Grealish? Did you leave then?
It's not Jack Grealish.
I'm sure he is like Delph.
No. The midfield nationalities are English, Argentinian, French, and Brazilian.
Coutinho.
No.
Oh, I was confident.
You guys, only what? 4 years ago?
English?
No.
Was it City then?
This is the 21/22 season. So literally 2-3 years ago.
Just Lingard, didn't they?
No.
I think I struggle more with this season than if you'd have said
What was the
2012.
3-1 Chelsea.
Fair enough. Just Lingard. I'm trying to think of.
Glad you can cut out all these pauses.
Yeah, no.
Who was a baller of a 10, Argentinian? I think he might have been at Norwich for a bit. Yes, he was. English. Yeah, English lad who's at Villa his whole career for 9 years.
Tielemans one of them? I can't remember the nationalities.
No, not Tielemans. This guy's played 22 games or 22 appearances this season and scored a goal.
Ramsey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see. I thought he's only been there for like a year and a half.
This other lad, the Brazilian, was at City for a year and then has been at Villa since.
Luis.
Correct. And finally, you won't get this. I actually won't get this either. He was at Villa for 3-4 seasons.
His first name.
Sanson. Morgan Sanson. Never even heard of him. And then who were the 2 up top?
Watkins and Ings.
Danny Ings.
Mate.
I'm not even going to try and pronounce these players on the bench. That is actually true.
It's part of the fun.
Okay. Well, I'll put on the first one. Jed Steer is the first one. That's not difficult to say. Axel Twanzebe,
Sounds heavy.
Courtney House,
Oh.
Trezeguet. Hey, Trezeguet! Nice.
Egyptian
The
Trezeguet.
Egyptian Trezeguet. Anwar El Ghazi,
El Ghazi.
Tim Irogbenam,
Got stuck in your mouth, that one.
Irogbenam,
I don't even know.
Sounds like a medicine.
Carney
Chukwuemeka.
Chukwuemeka, Bertrand Traore, and Keenan Davis.
I can't even remember who the other team was.
Chelsea
Chelsea.
played a 3.
3-4-3, then Kepa and goal.
Conte. Nah. Mendy.
Now, what?
Mendy.
Mendy.
Was Alonso playing for this? Left back, left wing.
Yeah, it's 3-4-3. Is he fainted through?
No, man. Who's the back 3?
Rudiger.
Yeah,
The Brazilian centre half
yeah,
from PSG.
yeah.
Silva.
Thiago Silva.
Thiago Silva and
And
Chalobah.
English guy.
No.
Chalobah.
Who's Chalobah?
English guy, yeah.
I thought
4
he says-
midfielders.
He sort of count the wing backs and the midfielders then, so
Yeah,
Alonso's dead.
like wing back. 2 centre mids and basically 2 wing backs.
Alonso?
Marcus Alonso and Reece James, yeah. With the wing
Flying.
back, 2 of the centre mids.
Kante?
Yeah, was he still there?
Kante played alongside, scored 2 in this game.
The two.
Jorginho was the other centre mid. Bagged 2. Both of them penalties.
Yeah, that's 3 penalties.
Front 3.
Mason Mount.
Yeah. Pulisic is the other one. Jason, try and answer one.
Oliver Giroud.
No.
Nationality we got. Tammy Abraham.
Still playing in the Prem.
Is he 9?
For
Down?
Chelsea?
No,
No,
I
playing for
think
Chelsea.
I've got it. Hudson-Odoi.
Correct, Daniel. These subs are a lot easier to say. Kepa was on the bench. Saw
Say his other name.
what?
Say his other name.
Actually own Asbilalaga. Asbilalaga Kepa.
You spilt your lager.
Asbilalaga Kepa. Malang Sarr, Andreas Christensen, Aspilicueta, Ross Barkley, Kovacic, Saul Niguez. Niguez?
Niguez.
Let's go, kid.
Hakeem Ziyech and
Careful.
Romelu Lukaku. That was 3-1 Chelsea. Chelsea v Villa. Mate, that was only 2001-2002 season, lads. Was it any recent? We've had 6 games.
It's
Those
harder.
are harder. Yeah, because that feels like yesterday, 2001, 2000. Like it feels like yesterday, so it feels like it should be everyone else like that's in the team now playing.
We'll go back a few years next time.
I like it. I like the little challenge though.
All right, next week is 03-04, isn't it?
By the way, what I said at the start of this podcast was Liverpool did win the League Cup this year against United 2-0. Michael Owen, Steven Gerrard. You might remember the Gerrard goal, banger. But 2-0, so piece of silverware for Liverpool.
Tell you what, Mark's memory is unbelievable.
Just had to get it in there, you know.
Absolute class.
Yeah, how's your fashion, pal?
Yes, boys. Yeah, it wasn't bad at all. You did well.
Top of my mind's gone.
I appreciate all 7 of you tuning in and watching this, and like, please comment down below, like if you agree with it. Mom, I'm looking at you especially. Leave us a comment, leave us a like. You know, it's gonna go a long way. Come on, Stu.
Hey,
So, if you could put in the comment section who scored in 2006 final FA Cup, that'd be grand. Yeah, just have a conversation for us.
We'll get her as a guest for that episode. She'll know it.
Thanks for watching this week's episode of the Old Fashioned Football Podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with all your friends. We'll be back next week with more nonsense.